What's happening, YouTube? It's your boy Jeffro coming at you with another brand new Escape from Tarkov video. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about resources that are available to you if you're a new player, even if you're an existing player struggling with new maps or learning quests. Just a great amount of different information that you're able to get hold of to help your progression in Escape from Tarkov so much easier. Something that I personally use, even though I've got almost 7,000 hours in the game, I still refer back to these websites and utilize them. So yeah, they're a great resource to have, and especially if you're new coming into Escape from Tarkov, you're not really kinda gonna know a great deal, and these will certainly help with that. So without any further ado, let's jump straight into this and have a look. So the first one I'm going to start off with is a 3D map artist by the name of Remister. I think I've said that right. If I haven't, I apologize that I butchered it. But his maps are just incredible. The sheer amount of detail and effort that go into them is unreal. But they're that detailed that it makes it almost impossible to find yourself lost. So, for example, I believe he has every map available. Systems. Yeah, it looks like he's got every map that's available in the game at the moment. I know that he's been working on some and he's been updating some and stuff like that recently. But yeah, so if we take a look at, for example, Streets, which is probably one of the most dense, complicated, like, not massive map as a current. It is a large map, but it's kind of very intertwiney, lots of rat runs and different things and stuff like that, and it can be extremely overwhelming, especially for a new player or even, you know, players that have been playing for a while. But if you have a look at the quality of the maps, sheer detail that goes into them makes it almost impossible for you to get lost. I mean, there's that many different POVs and that much explanation in here with different icons, you know, names of streets, buildings and stuff like that, that, you know, it's so quickly available to you to be able to understand where you are in the map, which direction you need to go, whether it be finding a quest or whether it be trying to extract. Obviously on the left hand side here we have a key, so here's the quest key for different areas that quests are found in, and then we obviously have the extractions as well for both Scav and PMC up here, and then a little bit more information for certain you know, for example, boss spawns, sniper borders, marked rooms, PMC spawns, AI scavs, stuff like that. But like I said, if you look at the maps, just the sheer amount of detail that's gone into it, you can see how easy it is to kind of locate where you are in the map. Now, for example, if you're up at Cinema, you know, the sheer detail that's gone in, you'd automatically recognize some of these areas and know, right, okay, if I go this way, well, there's the car extract. Also an extract here. If I go down here, ruined house here, there's still a few little bits that are missing. So for example, here is the vibe room, you know, so but there's minor bits and bobs that are missing from it, but ultimately there's a vast amount of information on here that will help you navigating through maps so much easier. And not only that, you know, there's also small information that comes with it as well. So you have the core map, but then for example on Streets, as many of you will know, or for some of you that don't know, where one of the bosses spawn, which is Lexos. So if we go back to the map here, which is located here, Lexos, yeah, and there's actually mines located all around the outside of Lexos, and there's certain paths into the actual area itself. And what's happened is he's created those paths and shows you the locations of the mines and where you can't go. Which saves you a mass amount of time of learning by running into them, basically. So you know the paths in and out, where you can go, where you can't go. Yeah, such a brilliant resource. Couldn't recommend it enough. Like I say, any of these sites or anything like that I'm bringing up, I am not associated with. I have nothing to do with them. I just think they're great resources, stuff that I personally use on a regular basis. Especially when it comes to not so much the maps, because obviously I've got enough hours in the game and play the maps enough to understand them, but as we move further on, some of the resources that I use quite regularly to learn different things or in changes that have been made to get up to date on them. I still quest lines for Kappa and Lightkeeper and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, so Remar, I will leave the links down below for all the websites, so you've got easy access to them. But yeah, so that's Remar's maps. I highly recommend them. I personally feel like they're the best maps that are available currently right now for Escape from Tarkov, and make navigating maps, quests, anything really much easier than most of the resources that I was using when I first started playing the game. So the next place we're going to go on to is the EFT ammo. I use this quite regularly because, you know, you'll find yourself as you play the game more, for some of you guys that play the game on a more regular basis, you know, you tend to stick with the same ammos over and over again. For example, you know, if I'm running an MDR 7.62, I'll use M80. If I'm running, you know, an M4, I'll be currently using 5.56A1, but, you know, primarily it used to be 5.5A1. So you kind of know, you learn what ammos to use, especially when it gets later into wipe and you get available to, you know, a lot better high-end ammo. But case is done. But for early game, a lot of, you know, for example, shotgun shells. Like, I very, very, very rarely, you know, utilize shotguns, or the .300s, or some of the 9x18s early game and stuff like that. You know, I don't use them. I don't use them regular enough. So it's nice to have this available where I can go, I can look at the ammo that I'm looking at utilizing in a weapon, and it gives me a very simplistic breakdown of how that bullet works, how good it is against different classes of armor, and stuff like that. Personally, this is the only thing I utilize off this website. There is other things that are available, flea prices. There's a headset table which could be quite interesting with the new headsets. This is provided by Sheaf G. Does a lot of good stuff for Tarkov, especially when it comes to guides and stuff like that. Definitely go check him out. But this will give you a breakdown of, like, for example, the headset listening distance, how far you can hear somebody, and what the best, you know, the best actual headset is to utilize in game. Armor tier lists, trader timers. So this will give you a breakdown of when traders are resetting and restocking. I believe this is actually accurate to the second as well. The flea prices. I've looked at a few flea price websites, and there's none of them that I personally am aware of that are accurate, right? Because I believe the MP112 key earlier today was selling for MP112, the RMP1. It's MP1. It's RB MP1. It's 297k, right? I was looking at a couple of websites earlier because I was thinking about potentially adding one into the video, and none of them were accurate. So, for example, the RBM1 RB. Oh, there you go. It's just not coming up. But I don't think these are accurate. So if anybody knows of a more accurate flea market thing, then please let me know. But all the ones that I've come across and checked, that, you know, they're not accurate. So I wouldn't utilize these personally. But again, for me personally, I'm not bothered about ABI. The core reason why I use this website is for the ammos, especially ammos that I don't really use that often. And also when there's changes to ammos as well, there's been a drastic amount of changes to ammos over the past couple of wipes and patches. But it's really, these guys are extremely good at keeping that up to date and testing them and stuff. So it's good to constantly go back and refresh yourself on what the better ammo is, what's got the highest pen, highest flesh damage, what's more feasible in early game to late game. and stuff like that. So yeah, so 100% I'd check this out and use this for all your ammo information and stuff like that, and check out the headset table as well. Again, the headset table and stuff like that, unless there's patches or changes that come in, it really doesn't kind of matter, because they're going to stay pretty much the same the whole time, right? But yeah, I mean, any of the other things you want to kind of go and check out, you know, feel free to kind of look through them and check them. But for me personally, this one I only use the ammo table, and Remar, like I said, I use for the maps. But for everything else, I go to the holy grail of the EFT wiki. Now, not many people know about the EFT wiki, especially when they start the game. So just recently, my wife, she's just started playing Escape from Tarkov, got her into it. And if it wasn't, you know, when she played probably 90% of the game without my help, just by utilizing these resources, right? Which has been really good. But yeah, this is the holy grail. This is your everything in Tarkov if you are stuck when it comes to questing, new update quests, everything, breakdowns on hideouts, items that you need. There's just so much information, information on bosses. So for example, you know, Big Night gives you the percentage chance of spawn chances because something that you might not realize, but usually through a wipe, bosses' spawn chances are extremely low and then they grow, right? So this keeps all this information up to date, the locations where they can be found, and if you click on them as well, it will actually give you a breakdown of their healths, their locations, and actually the items that they carry that you can loot from them. But for me personally, when it comes to the EFT wiki, I go for this for pretty much everything. When it comes to questing, 9 times out of 10, any form of quest that I need to get done, that I'm not 100% aware, like remember where stuff is the wiki. I'll go straight there. You've got a search bar up here to the top right, and you can just literally type in whatever it is. This website is a saving grace when it comes to gunsmith, because 2 reasons. Sometimes the gunsmith changes on the quests. So for example, the actual requirements for the weapons might change, and these are always updated, and it will give you a very simplistic breakdown. It will also give you the loyalty level that you can buy these items at, and the actual traders they can be bought from. Yeah, so the wiki is an absolute holy grail and saving grace when it comes to Tarkov. It's got so much information. Feel free to take your time and look through it all, and you'll learn so much from this website. Hideout, it gives you a breakdown of the hideouts. This is a hideout requirement, so all the items that you require for the hideout save really wide. But yeah, it really is an incredible resource available. So for sure, make sure you go kind of utilize it and check it out, and it will make your Tarkov experience 1,000 times better. Yeah, I really hope you enjoyed the video. It's kind of the first type of video that I've done, and I hope it helps somebody out there. If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to like. Hopefully we can reach 50 likes on this video. That's the target. And don't forget to subscribe. Hopefully we can get a couple of subscribers. I want to try and hit 150 subscribers. We're currently on 112. But yeah, thank you very much for hanging out. I appreciate it as always. I hope you enjoyed the video. And I'll see you on the next one.